Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Stone. This is Sublimely Self-Righteous. I believe I reviewed this about 3 years ago, and they stopped producing this years ago because nobody drank black IPAs. So, yeah, now it's in cans. So it works out with that beautiful black, and they kept the beautiful label with the guy, gargoyle, and all this cool stuff, and the similar kind of like, I don't know, design that they rock with. This has a interesting. What is that? Which is 4 month Best Buy, and we're about. Unfortunately, not unfortunately. I bought it from GB. I got it about 2.5 months in out of 4. Yeah, let's go with that. And then it was kept cold, ideally, like I found on the cold shelf. So let's stick with that. And really cool that it's back. So let's check it out. I'm keep trying to think about things I have to say about this beer, but let's just get the beer. So the beer is wonderfully kind of like very black color. Actually, I feel it's gotten more black, even though it really should be just a hoppy black beer or brownish kind of beer. But like it is quite black. Whatever they did made this beer quite black, and then even the head, which is quite interestingly kind of like a nice, beautiful kind of a tan head, which sells on porter. Generally, how you'd make this beer, if I had to, build a recipe, not being a home brewer, but like, understanding how beer is brewed, you would use, a Carafa 2, Carafa 3, which are malts that are colored, but they don't impart that much kind of like a bitterness and the roastiness that you'd get from most roasted malts. They really are colored malts, not flavor malts. But what they come here is like you get when you get that tan head, you're actually using some malts that actually show color, from what I understand. So you guys post in comments below if you're like more complex understanding of like how to understand this product. But it's really nice. They really made a beer that looks like a freaking stout. Like this looks like a stout porter. On the nose, a little bit hoppy, a little bit piney. A little bit of chocolate and roast in there. Interesting. I would have guessed hoppy porter. I would have guessed founder porter or something like that. Cheers. Okay. So this beer is obviously way more bitter than that. Nice. Fun. So, full blind, I feel this beer would mess you up. I feel you would have guessed this would, or if I would have guessed, this would be a really, really hoppy, maybe not imperial stout, but like it's hoppy like an imperial stout, but it also has a roast character of a porter. Also have it quite cold, and it's also really bitter. It's very piney, very resiny, but it's a really well-built beer. Like I really like this. Like it just tastes fantastic. It's somewhere dancing around like a Founder's Porter and I don't know, whatever your favorite imperial stout is, like a hoppy imperial stout, like a Narwhal or a Old Rasputin or a Great Divide Yeti or something like that. It's very dry too. Ew. Oh, no wonder. You guys post the comments below. Was this beer ever 8.7? This beer's ginormous. Ginormous. It's pretty much an imperial stout. Yeah. 8.7 is pretty much an imperial stout at that rate. Like imperial stout locks in 8 to 12 on BJCP. Wow. Beer is delicious. So for me, I feel like black IPA in my mind should be a little bit leaner. I feel like it should have a little less fat. It should sit around like 7.5, be like pure IPA, that black color to it, using the, again, the carafa malts that I was talking about. And actually, that is Reinheitsgebot. How you make a, like Schwarzbier in Germany is you use those carafas or Cinnamar, which is a coloring product, is derived from malt, so it is still, four ingredient, blah blah blah, Reinheitsgebot. To me, this actually tastes more like a really, 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 really hoppy porter or hoppy stout. The IPA character is a little bit lost because it really is that bold and rich on that like chocolate and coffee flavor up front, and then hits with that kind of dry, piney bitterness up front on the back end. But then it still has a little fatness in the middle, a little sweetness. I mean, the beer is basically 9%, 8.7, but it's very tasty. That's a very, very good beer. So I love this. This is up my alley for a hoppy imperial stout. So I'm with it. But for your black IPA lovers, sure, if that's what you're looking for, it's an extra hoppy Founders Porter. It's an extra hoppy, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Like, it's that, like, because Founders Porter is a little bit imperialized to that ABV. It's like 6.5, 7% or something. It's 6.5, I believe, somewhere around there. But or 6.2 or something. Either way, objectively, it is a very tasty beer. It's bitter, it's roasty, it's dry, has a little fat in the middle, that nice kind of malt character, a little sweetness, and it's got a nice lingering bitterness. So it really sells IPA on that end. So you guys post comments below. When's the last time you had a delicious black IPA? Because who's making any black IPAs these days? But it is an imperial black IPA that almost sells like a fat, hoppy stout or something. Whatever this animal is, it is very tasty. I'm gonna give it a solid. It's very good. I'm enjoying drinking this because it's piney, bitter, roasty, but like somewhat touch of roast. Like not touch. It's like it's a handful, not a poundful. It's like it's a nice handful of roast. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid. There's part of his impression. Like these beers don't exist, and I like this exists around here. I will say it is very expensive. I feel like I believe the 6-pack goes for something like $18 versus like 12. The single can just to go cost me $5. So yeah, whatever. Again, they charge you extra for the single can, but it's not a cheap 6-pack. But I guess it makes sense. It's basically a 9% beer. So, yeah. Until next time, guys, cheers. This beer is getting a solid 97. Dingy ding. This is a rare beer, so get it while it's fresh. I didn't get it that fresh. So until next time, guys, cheers. Later.